Namaste. Greetings from Ramaiah University and greetings from the Department of Civil Engineering. We extend a very warm welcome to all the participants who have joined this webinar on civil engineering. This webinar will cover a wide range of topics, right from the very general topic, role of civil engineer in our lives and in nation building, to a very specific topic like civil engineering at RUAS. Myself, Dr. Naina Patil, the head of the Department of Civil Engineering, is accompanied by a distinguished panel, and I'll be introducing them. To my left, I have Dr. Harshad Parate, who has a very rich experience in industry and academia. And to my right, I have Mr. Nikhil, who is a transportation specialist and who is also richly experienced. I also have two alumni, Ms. Ann Das, who has done both her BTech in civil engineering and completed her MTech in transportation engineering in our campus. Now she is also handling few subjects. I also have Mr. Hemant, who has completed his master's degree in construction engineering management. He is also a junior research fellow. He is doing his doctorate in our university. But before beginning, let me briefly introduce our university where we belong, MS Ramaiah. MS Ramaiah University began its journey as School of Advanced Studies 2 decades back. But as a university, it came into inception in the year 2013. Right now, we have 14,000 students pursuing education in more than 90 programs and 13 faculties. Our Honorable Chancellor is Dr. M.R. Jairam, who is supported ably by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K.K. Raina. And we also have two Pro-Vice Chancellors. The current breed of youngsters would have heard more about computers or electronics or robotics and very little about civil engineering. So let us now introduce civil engineering and discuss the role of civil engineers as nation builders. I don't know how many of you are aware, civil engineering is called the mother of engineering. In fact, engineering was born in civil engineering. As you are aware, infrastructure forms the backbone of any nation, and civil engineers can be truly termed as nation builders. Building roads, making new flyovers, constructing dams are some of the important tasks which are undertaken by civil engineers and which are directly linked to the progress of any nation at the global arena. Civil engineers provide access to inaccessible places by constructing roads, highways, and railway tracks. Large valleys, rivers, seas, mountains, they don't deter them. They construct bridges over these natural obstacles. For example, the Chenab rail bridge made of steel and concrete, which is an arch bridge, is a real wonder and it is one of the highest bridge. Civil engineering makes a tangible difference to the lives of the people. It makes the world a more habitable place. And Albert Einstein once said, scientists investigate what already is, and engineers create what never was. Give a barren land to a civil engineer, he will transform it to a livable place and make it a world class city, thanks to civil engineers. Now, I'd like to invite Dr. Harshad for his valuable inputs.
Yeah, thank you, madam. So, in the present world, it's an ecosystem of skills. So, every skill, every engineering has its own place and it has to be balanced. we cannot say that we cannot say that one engineering is inferior, another one is not inferior. It has to be balanced. Then only the growth will happen. If we just say computer science or other engineering only growing, others will not growing, that's not true. Because for infrastructure to build, you will be needing the civil engineers. And for that, there is an opportunities. So as and when other engineers are growing, infrastructures need to be grow and the need for civil engineer is also growing. So in a way, in a short way, if I want to say it, as the nation develops, the infrastructure also develops and the need of civil engineer is also developing. So, uh, I think maybe Nikhil can add a few points to that.
Thank you, Professor. As both of them rightly said, that infrastructure development means civilization development. So every time when we are just going on with the civilization development, obviously the infrastructure has to be developed. So it is essentially that civil engineering has having a lot of scope in the infrastructure as well as the civilization development. So uh, uh, being a civil engineer is that you are providing a home for all other branches of engineering. So you may be a computer science engineer, electronics engineer, mechanical engineer, whatever the engineering is, we are providing the house or the building space that they are working in. Right? Civil engineering, I can call it the mother of all engineering branches. What do you want?
Yes, thank you. Any inputs from your end?
In the era of the sustainable construction, where the embodied energy has been the major issue that is the world is facing, and how to reduce all those things that can be addressed by only by the civil engineers. So I request the students to join the courses.
And you want to add?
So I rightly agree with Hemant. So in today's world, where especially let's say about Bangalore, where a lot of where it is infamous for the congestion problems, where we civil engineers have a prominent role to play in this era. Therefore, I request all of you to join civil engineering.
And one more thing I just want to add, civil engineering is not only limited to construction. That's the conception everyone gets. It is applied to a lot of other uh, branches or fields. So that includes your water resources, environment, geotechnical, transportation, uh, and yeah, construction management, designs and lot more. You can, when you just see that civil engineers are present everywhere in some and other capacity. So there are a lot of scope for civil engineers. It's not only limited to the constructions.
Okay, thank you. So moving forward, now let us discuss why ROAS should be the destination of study for civil engineering. So BTech Civil Engineering at ROAS, it is tailor-made to prepare the graduates with problem-solving skills which can be taken up for a job or it can be for further studies. And the curriculum, what we have framed is also excellent. Now, under one umbrella, if you enter ROAS, you can register for your BTech program, you can continue with your MTech program, and you can also complete your PhD. So, under one umbrella, you have this opportunity. We offer BTech in civil engineering and 4 specializations in MTech. And interested students, they can also pursue their PhD here. And when it comes to the curriculum formation, we frame the curriculum with a lot of care. For framing the curriculum, we invite the industrial experts and experts from IISc or other institutes of repute. And it is on par with IITs and NITs of our country. And when we come to the faculty, we have very experienced faculty who are very dedicated and motivated. Not only that, we have very good laboratory facilities and very good institute industry collaborations, both for the internships and the placements. So, can you add any input, sir?
Yeah. We also have tie-ups with some industries like Systep, which works especially in the field of air pollution, and they are providing the training for the BTech program for BTech students and also providing the paid internships for the students. So that is helping students to learn about the air pollution and about the environment, and that is also helping them in getting the jobs in the future. Apart from the system, we also have the MOUs with the foreign universities. We have MOUs with Moscow State University as well as St. Petersburg University, where our students used to go every year for the internship, and their students also used to come to our university for the internship. Due to COVID, it was not continued. It was stopped in between. Now again, it's going to start from this year. So that will also that will also give you an opportunity for the forthcoming students to interact internationally with the international universities and get the knowledge exchange from them. Also, we have some tie-ups with Michigan State University and University of Illinois, Chicago. Students, if they are willing to pursue their final year, we have a provision, they can go to those universities provided they satisfy the norms provided by those universities, and they can register there for their final year. Yeah.
I think Nikhil can continue.
So for a branch to be a advanced one, even before the implementation of NAP, we at RUA's Department of Civil Engineering, in fact, the Faculty of Engineering, we even introduced credit courses based on innovation and internship. Earlier, we used to have two courses like innovation and entrepreneurship, skill development programs. So if the people participate in Smart India hackathons or the competitions of national and international repute, if they produce a proper documents to it, and if they won the prizes, we will be giving a credit equivalence to those things. So that's what basically nowadays the NP what is about. So along with some international MOUs, all of our department faculty members are actively involved in the institute industry collaborations, which is a major backbone for framing our curriculum, revising the curriculum as per the industry needs.
Thank you, Nikhil. I'd like to add one thing. We involve in experiential learning. That is, we teach beyond the classrooms or the books, and half our curriculum, it depends on the practice, which may be laboratory oriented, or it may be involving the software, or it is also based on drawings. Okay, and as told earlier, we have BTech integrated with MS in association with reputed American universities like University of Illinois at Chicago and Michigan Technological University. And also, we have a very good program, which is not program actually, a course, which is called Extensive Survey Camp, where the students are made to stay for around 10 to 15 days in a area or a place outside Bangalore or the campus. And there they are supposed to conduct survey, carry out survey work extensively, maybe for 15 days. And there they learn how to start a new project right from scratch. What all data they need to start a new project. So I may give a small example. Let us say we want to start a new water supply project for a city or a town. What all survey work we have to carry, what data we need to get from that survey, and how to prepare the drawings, how to develop the documents, how to prepare the drawings. All these things they'll be gathering at the survey. Not only that, they'll also, after coming back, they'll be developing the drawings and they'll also develop a report. So they'll get a hands-on experience how to do a small project. Not only that, it can be on highways, or it can be for starting a new tank project, or it can be already you have an existing tank, but the capacity has reduced because of silting or some reasons. So how to enhance the capacity? So all these areas will be covering. So it's an excellent opportunity for the students. Not only that, we also encourage our students to present papers in international and national conferences. And some of our students have also bagged the prizes, and they are also encouraged to apply for patents, and they are also carrying out both national and international internships, as Dr. Harshad already told you. So this is what exactly how we are framing the curriculum and how we are making our progress in academics. So if you would like to add anything, I think she can add better because she has the experience both at the BTech and MTech level. So Anne.
Thank you. So greetings to all once again. So as ma'am is introduced, I'm an alumni of Ramaiah University of Applied Science. I did both my bachelor's and master's in transportation engineering here in Ramaiah University. I must admit that engineering happened by chance and it was not my first choice. But when I look back, I'm of immense gratitude and blessed to be a part of Ramaiah University of Applied Science. It was from here that I built my soft skills, especially my communication, presentation skills, and time management skills. Here in Ramaiah University of Applied Science, you get to meet people from various parts of the country, and therefore you get to share and imbibe a lot of knowledge and improve your connectivity. So, as ma'am was mentioning about the survey camp, I remember my survey camp days. So, I assure you that it is not merely by textbook knowledge that is imparted here. Rather, we are exposed to real-time problems to tackle and see it in terms of engineering point of view. So all these rigorous courses, assignments, drawing sessions, lab works that has been set out in the campus will help us to imbibe a critical thinking and also improve our time management skills. We also have a tremendous support systems like library, e-journals, e-books, and also we have counseling and regular monitoring sessions done. And over the years, the courses are set in such a way that we give tremendous importance towards sustainability. My previous projects back in bachelor's was about green technology, and my master's was I emphasized on public transport system. So the courseworks are framed in such a way that there is importance given to sustainability, which is the need of the hour. And this inspired me to take up masters. Back in 4 years, when I was reluctant to join in engineering, after 4 years, the environment changed my perspective, and I came back to the same campus stating that I really wanted to do my master's in Ramaiah University of Applied Science. And I also got immense opportunities from Ramaiah University of Applied Science. And one such opportunity was I got an internship at Indian Institute of Science, popularly known as Tata Institute. And I also got few other government projects which I worked under Ramaiah Institute of Management. So all these opportunities paid way solely because I was a part of Ramaiah University of Applied Science. And I must say that it was only because of the tremendous support that my teachers gave, and they're very friendly and very much supportive. Their constructive criticism helped me to reach this far for what I am today. So I'm always being inspired, and I aspire to be a good teacher like them. And I would also like to say that I'm learning and growing under Ramaiah University of Applied Science. So I request all of you to come and join with us in this family, Ramaiah University of Applied Science and Civil Engineering Department.
That was great, Anne.
Thank you.
Now, even before NEP was introduced across the country, I'd like to tell with pride that we had core electives and open electives, which is very unique in any university. And we used to offer 2 projects, and also we used to ask the students to pursue internship. So that is regarding how exactly our curriculum and why RUAS is good for civil engineering. Now let us come to what are the different support systems in RUAS. So coming to the support systems, we have many. To name a few, the first one, we have a mentoring system and a counseling system. So in the mentoring system, a group of students, say 10 or 15 students, they are assigned to a mentor. Earlier they were called proctors, and these students can discuss any academic issues or any other issues very freely with the mentors. And not only that, in civil department, we have a very unique practice. We appoint class teachers who are responsible for a particular class. So along with the mentors, we also have class teachers, and HOD also is accessible. So we can address all the issues on these platforms. So that is one support system what we have. And another is we don't have any incidents, luckily, in ragging. So we have anti-ragging committee, also anti-ragging squad, where even our students are the members. And when it comes to other issues, like we also have group medical insurance and lot of healthcare for the students. And we also give lot of impetus to the personality development of the students. When you come to Ramaiah, it's not just academics. So we also encourage the overall personality development of the students. So we have lot of clubs, like for example, the dance club, or it can be the music club, or it can be the quiz club, or it can be synergy, which is basically meant for coding. So lot of clubs and lot of societies we have, where the students can develop their personality. They can discover their new face, and the way they register is also very simple. So I request you to add any inputs for this.
Basically, we have a balanced environment for students, for the academics as well as extracurricular activities. So students are not only bombarded with the academics or the subjects, they get sufficient time to do their extracurricular activities, develop their skills, develop, if students are interested in sports, then he can participate in various events and all related things, and support is provided from the university. So in a way, the university environment is quite friendly for the students, and all kinds of supports are provided here. So just the way, in a way we say that students is the first priority for the university, and university works as a whole for meeting those requirements of the students. So once the students comes, I can assure you that your student will be taken care of. Also, we will be from the parents' perspective, I want to say that your wards or your sons or daughters' progress will be shared with you on a periodic basis. So you will be knowing how the progress is going for your child. And if any improvements need to be done, it will also be suggested. Yeah. Maybe Nikhil can add.
And before you proceed, Nikhil, so any questions or queries, please put it in the chat box so that we'll take at the later stage. Okay,
Okay, as we are talking about the support system, I can tell that how we take care of our children's Department of Civil Engineering, take all the students as the children's and supports at each and every point of time, probably in the curriculum related queries, probably with the placements, probably with the internships, probably in guiding with the higher educations. We provide supports in all the aspects of their career. So that's about the support systems of Department of Civil Engineering RUAS.
And also, I'd like to add, we also have a scheme called as Service to Society, which is in place. And this curriculum, it focuses on addressing the problems of the society. So they create various teams, and these teams decide on which activity to take up. So this activity may be like a visit to an orphanage, or it can be old age home, where the students spend some quality time with their children and they distribute some essentials, or they may be involved in blood donation camp and so on. I think Nikhil can add some more inputs on this.
On the service to society, every year on our Founders Day, we just go to outside place to the remote villages. Civil engineering, we are doing this very often. We will be helping the villagers in educating them about the hygiene that they are supposed to follow. We conducted many of the plastic cleanup drives in many of the historical places. We educated the school students about their education policies, careers, that how to choose all those things. And we visited many of our what we call the historic monuments, try to restore the historic monuments in the possible way that what the students learned from their civil engineering background. So those are the activities will be conducting very oftenly every year in the name of service to society.
And I think when it comes to teaching the students, we have something called out of the box thinking. We encourage that. And most of our assignments, they are out of the box. The students have to work really hard and extra hard to achieve them. And students are also expected to submit plagiarism reports, especially for the PG assignments. And they also need to present their assignment as a seminar, which is valued. So we also arrange industrial visits. We arrange a lot of site visits. Like, for example, we take them to precast industries, or it can be BMRCL, or it can be water treatment plant, or Sugar Limited. And along with the classroom teaching, we lay a lot of emphasis on laboratory and soft skills training. Hemant, would you like to add something?
As ma'am said, mentioned about the assignments, I must have to say, as an alumni, the assignments are solving like a real world problems. It is just like what are the problems that are facing in the industry. You must have to clear cutly solve those problems during the assignment duration itself. So after solving those questions during the assignment, and we will be getting much more confidence to attend any interviews, or it may be like webinars or the conference paper. That much of confidence that can be obtained that during the assignment solving, because all the questions are practically oriented, and you should have to get the data from the practical point of view and get and solve it as a realistic problem, and there will be like realistic solutions that should be obtained during the assignment solve. So that is a very important aspect regarding the assignments. I have to mention it.
I think, Nikhil, I remember you giving some survey works in traffic studies.
So
Can you highlight?
all of you know that Bangalore is one of the metropolitan city where we have a lot of traffic related problems. We for BTech final year students, we final year students and MTech students of transportation engineering, we offer number of works where they need to go literally visit that particular junction or a road, collect the data, what is the reason for the traffic congestion, what is the reason for the accident, what is the reason for the delay, analyze and prepare a report and submit it to the concerned agency so that the development activities takes place. So whatever the assignments that what we basically build, we somehow look on that it will be useful to the societal requirements. So that's about the thing that what we generally follow the assignment process. That's not only a thing that we follow a core principles of civil engineering. We will be also using some applications of artificial intelligence or Internet of Things to solve the civil engineering related problems. So you will be thinking out of the box that how can we apply artificial engineering in solving the traffic or transportation related problems.
So I remember one instance in this aspect. We also have done some group projects, interesting group projects, which are based on AI, which will help the safety of the workers. For example, if a worker has not worn the helmet, recognizing that. So we have carried out a lot of group projects, which are very interesting and based on the latest technology. I think, Andas, you also have done some project.
Yes, ma'am. So I being basically a transport engineer and done the several government projects which could integrate management with respect to transport systems. As in to say that the demand, let's say, for example, public transport system. So the demand and supply is not equal. So why exactly is it not balanced is what we're studying in this particular project. So for that, we need to understand what is the service quality, what is the satisfaction that the commuters are getting with respect to the public transport system. We all know that public transport system can be a sustainable solution to reduce traffic congestion, which Bangalore is infamously called for. So therefore, understanding the satisfaction, we call this as latent variables. Latent variables are nothing but unobserved variables that we cannot get to know in one question or second, two questions. But we get to know by asking doing several surveys, we understand what the commuters or what the public is lacking in a public transport system, for which by using this AI technology, we can develop efficient transport policies, which can be given to BMTC as a proposal or through Government of Karnataka. And this can increase the efficiency of the road network of Bengaluru, and more of sustainable solutions can be put forth for AI. So this was one such project that I had dealt with.
Yes, thank you. Do you have anything to add?
As the group project has ma'am mentioned, so every group project will lead to some of the leads to an entrepreneurship, or it may be leads to a startup. That's the quality that Gurhat is providing. You must have to say.
Thank you. So now I'd like to invite Dr. Harshad. Can you throw some light on what are the different avenues open for civil engineers and what roles they can play in the market or in the employment sector?
Yeah, so there is a, we say that there's a quite, civil engineers are quite in demand in the market. It's not like that the misconception is there that the civil engineers are not in demand. It's a it's a misconception. There are a lot of areas where the civil engineers are needed, right from the public sector to the private sector. So there are a lot of public sector companies which provides opportunities for the civil engineers. So it could be L&T, Tata Project Limited, even NTPCs, NHPCs, all those things, they require civil engineers. If you just say UPS engineering services exam conducted by the UPSCs, so maximum vacancies are for the civil engineers, and they get a lot of opportunities in railways or in the road transport, public works department, and so on. Apart from that, there are a lot of avenues. Academics is one of the avenue. So you can join in the academics as assistant professors and grow. You can work in the research institutes. There are a lot of research institutes related to the civil engineer as well, related to constructions as well as environment also. Like one of the example is NEERI, which works on the environmental engineering, where civil engineers are also needed. So they can work there as a research scientist. You can join a construction company, grow as a project manager. You can also start your own startup for the construction. You can work as a structural design engineer, construction manager. You can also have a great opportunity as an inventory manager, plant engineers. And as you grow, you can easily become a consultant to the companies, and that provides various opportunities to you. Research is also one of the great opportunities, and a lot of civil engineers are working in the research field in various branches, in various IITs, IIScs, NITs, public as well as private universities also. Maybe Madam can add few more.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, sir. We came to know a lot of avenues or roles a civil engineer can play in different fields. And I'd like to add, we also have a lot of public sector and private sector companies like Gammon India. We have L&T, Tata Projects, then Hindustan Construction Companies, Atkins, and the list is endless actually. People may feel that jobs in civil engineering are tough. Yes, they are tough initially, but once you get experience, I think you'll have, it will be a cakewalk. You can do in software, you can be a design engineer, you can be a structural engineer. Always you need not slog at the site. That is one thing. Now coming to what are the placement opportunities at ROAS. Placement opportunities at ROAS. Basically, before we offer the placements, we give pre-placement trainings to our students, and these pre-placement trainings, they include soft skill training, they include trainings in MS Office projects or products, so that the student can enhance his abilities. So I think Nikhil can highlight on which are the companies our students are working.
Uh, Yeah, there are, as ma'am told, the companies list is endless. Our alumni are working with many of companies of national importance, like we have WSPs, Jacob, Atkins, Street Matrix. Our people are working with NHAI. Some of our alumni are working with FreeTrack, PWD agencies, Infra Support, Delhi BuildCon. Some are doing research in IASC, IHT labs. Some people are working with Prestige, some people are working with many of construction infrastructure companies. Apart from that, as ma'am told that we civil engineers are nation builders, we can also be our entrepreneurs. Right? They can start practicing by their own by taking some exams like a chartered engineering certificate exam, or they can be a practicing engineer by themselves. So that they can be their own entrepreneurs and they can give, they can create the employment by doing the civil engineering course.
Thank you. I think I cannot forget two of our students who are placed in Multiplex Dubai. They were the first international placements which began for civil engineering and even, in fact, for the entire FET that time. I think way back in 2019, if I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were the very top-notch companies, and they were the international placements that happened. And already we have discussed, we also have international internships at Moscow State University in Russia and St. Petersburg University of Civil and Architecture. Can you add something, Hema?
As ma'am mentioned about the placements and internships, I must have to mention before the placement thing happened, what are all the dissertations or the group project what you have done that will helpful to get those clear those interviews and get the job. That is the main part of this RUHAS, because when you compare to other institutions, there may be lagging of the group project or there will be lack of idea or lack of innovation that can be observed. When you join this RUHAS, you will be exploring out of the box thinking and you will be exposing to the practical knowledge, and you can easily clear those interviews by just doing the good work in the group project or the dissertation. That is how the placement that can be achieved in the RUHAS.
Just want to add two things, like some of our students are also cleared their GATE exams, and right now they are doing their PG courses in the IITs. So last year, a couple of students got the admission in the IITs, and they are
I
doing.
think Harshit, if I'm right.
Yeah, Harshit
Yeah.
and one more student.
Yeah.
So
Suman
Bakshi. So right now they are doing in at IIT Bhubaneswar.
Guwahati.
No, IIT Guwahati.
And Cuttack.
One more is
So, and we also provide support for these things at university also. And one of our student recently he started his own startup company. So he did his master's in environmental engineering, and he started his own company also.
I think we have many students that way.
Yeah.
And that's one you want to add anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell about the interview process. So, as the main interview questions would be your basics, and if your basics are strong enough, you can tackle any interviews. And that doesn't come just by reading on your textbook knowledge. It would come like, I agree with Hemant, what he said. It comes through your project work, your dissertation, your group works, the way you interact, the knowledge that you get from your seniors, the knowledge that you get from your teachers. So a very you have to maintain a very good connectivity, as well as you have to maintain a very good EQ as well. It is not always the intelligent quotient that matters. It should also be your positive attitude towards how you have to tackle the problem. Sometimes you may not know the answer, but it is fine. But the way you react, so all this attitude, your body language, your attitude is imbibed here in Ramaiah University.
Thank you. You want to add anything? Nikhil?
Nothing more. There are such, anyone wants to have any questions, I think you can post the questions in the chat box, will be addressed at the end.
So I think we'll come to the end now. In the last topic, what we'll be discussing is what are the challenges we are facing as civil engineers and how that is we are trying to address at ROAS. So can you throw some light, sir, on this area? Especially it comes to sustainability. The world is facing a lot of pollution problems. We are facing shortage of resources and we are generating lot of waste. It may be the domestic waste or it can be the industrial waste. So what exactly we are doing and how we are trying to address in ROAS?
So from the civil engineering point of view, we are focusing also on the sustainability and also reducing the greenhouse emissions. So some of our students are already working towards it. Basically, they are working towards how to use the waste products in various applications. Like one of the thing is, in the concrete, in the constructions. So which are the other areas in the constructions we can use those material efficiently and reduce the greenhouse effects. Also, our civil engineers works towards making a building green. Nowadays, the concept is there for green building. Every builder, they advertise their building is green with so and so rating. So, to achieve those green building, the civil engineers are working for that. And at the RUAS, we teach them how to attain it. What are the various areas where we can curb the carbon emissions, make it more green, the right from use of waste, and also study about the environment and understand the environment and provide suitable measures. So some of our students, they work on air pollution related activities. They understand what are the problems and provide the solutions for the society. Also, one of the groups is working over the urban flood mitigations, where we try to provide solutions to curb the flood problem, especially in the Bangalore. Like that, many other areas people are working.
I think you can add about the dissertations done in C-STEP on air pollution.
Yeah, so last year, 3 or 4 students, they got the paid dissertations at C-STEP. They worked on making the air pollution inventories for the various states, and they have presented their results, and it was well appreciated by the agencies.
Thank you. Can you add something?
Yeah, ma'am, as you are using the word sustainability means we'll be making use of resources very in a systematic way so that we'll preserve the resources for the upcoming generation. If I just take an example of production of e-waste, which is happening across India, we at Department of Civil Engineering RUS has been conducted extensive projects where we will be using e-resources as one of the replacement materials, the conventional materials. So we are utilizing many of the waste materials like e-waste, many of the waste which are generated from the different industries, and we'll be using that as one of the building construction material. And in the department, we are set up with different bioreactors where it will be used for cleaning the wastewater, and also it produces the electricity. Some projects are done in the area of self-healing concrete. Some projects are done in the area of porous asphalt concrete. Basically, the porous asphalt concrete absorbs all the water which is coming from the rain, and it recharges the ground, which in turn keeps up our groundwater table to the higher extent. Emphasis is given to the projects where we can concentrate on the sustainability of our nature.
Yes, I think we are also carrying out a lot of works using industrial waste like fly ash or it can be GGBS, or it can be Alcofine, or Riser's Cash. So we are using it to develop new types of concrete, new types of bricks. Technically, we call them as geopolymer, where we try to avoid the cement completely, because nowadays everybody is aware pollution is such a menace, especially air pollution is such a menace. So the cement production, it is called to be one of the major culprits along with transportation sector. So on the one hand, we are trying to improve the infrastructure, but that is also contributing to the pollution. So we are trying to find out alternate materials where we can lead to the sustenance of our generations and also the planet in future. So I'd like Hemant to add something on this.
Yes, ma'am. Because I've done the dissertation on the sustainable construction from the point of view of the construction management. So how to optimize the embodied energy during the design phase itself? That is where the main problem arises. Okay, during the design phase itself, we can address the sustainable construction and also the whatever the pollution that can be observed during the design phase itself. We must have to address those things. That is what I have done the presentation. So yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I think now we can take some questions. Nikhil, can you read out?
One question is that I wanted to know the last date for register to this course, part of the question. Last date for registering this course.
I think it is still open. It is still open. You can register on the website. You can call us.
In the helpline.
Share our phone number. You can contact the phone number. It's the Office of Admissions. Can please note down 801-000-4444. So I may repeat 801-000-4444. So you can contact the Office of Admissions. And you can also come physically. You can visit the campus.
For any queries related to the admissions, you can just look on to our website, msruas.ac, okay? And there
You
is,
can walk over to the campus also.
yes. And there's one more question asked, are there opportunities to join government projects through this? Obviously, as discussed in the today's program, we have a lot of scope. Being a civil engineer, you can enter to the government enterprise. So one more question, what about the fee structure?
I think fee structure, it is there available on the website. Please refer the website. Also, you can walk over here and physically you can get more details.
And it's a transparent process, so everything is displayed website and you can have the proper information.
So actually, to sum up, I think civil engineering is a great branch. Definitely, it is there since 200 years and it will also sustain for long. It will never die. So please join the branch and I think you will know what we have discussed today is perfectly right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.